Preppers are spending hundreds on tactical gear. The smartest survivalists are walking out of dollar stores with items that will be worth their weight in gold when everything falls apart. 7 items, $1 each, and they'll disappear faster than water and food when crisis hits. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 7 overlooked survival essentials hiding in plain sight at your local dollar store. These aren't backup tools. They're the first things to vanish when the shelves empty and the lights go out. While others are scrambling, you'll already have what matters most. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we focus on smart prepping that actually works when systems break down. If you're serious about real-world survival strategies that don't break the bank, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our practical, no-nonsense approach to preparedness. Let's dive into item number 1. Walk into any dollar store and head straight to the party supplies aisle. Grab every plastic tablecloth you can find. Right now, you're probably thinking this sounds ridiculous. Party decor? For survival? But here's what most people miss. When disaster strikes, this cheap sheet of plastic transforms into one of the most versatile tools in your entire kit. Let's talk about what this thing actually does. First, it's completely water resistant. Tape it up over a leaky roof and you've got an instant rain barrier. Drape it between 2 trees with some rope and you have an emergency tent that keeps wind and rain off you while you sleep. Lay it on the ground and suddenly you're not getting soaked by wet earth or cold moisture seeping through your clothes. But that's just the beginning. Cut this tablecloth into strips and you can wrap gear, patch holes in your shelter, or create makeshift bags for hauling water, firewood, or supplies. Got a group with you? Portion it out. Everyone gets a ground liner, a seat cover, or an insulation sheet. Need emergency rain protection? Cut a hole in the middle and you've got an instant poncho. Think about food preparation. When hygiene matters and you can't afford to get sick, lay down a clean plastic surface for prepping meals, or anchor it in a shallow pit and collect rainwater when your supply runs dry. If you need to signal for help or mark a trail, grab the brightly colored ones. They're visible from a distance and can save your life. And here's the kicker. In a barter economy, clean water-resistant material becomes incredibly valuable. People need it. They'll trade for it. A plastic tablecloth is lightweight, takes up almost no space in your bag, and you can carry several without even noticing the weight. When the world gets messy, wet, and unpredictable, that dollar you spent might be the smartest investment you ever made. Now let's talk about something small that packs a massive punch: mini bungee cords. You've probably walked past these 100 times in the hardware aisle, but in a survival scenario, these little tension cords become absolute royalty. Here's why the mini versions matter more than the full-size ones. They're fast. You can secure a tarp corner in 2 seconds, lash gear to your pack without fumbling with knots, hang food up away from animals before they raid your camp. When you're building shelter, these things reinforce corners, snap tent poles into place, and let you build modular setups in minutes instead of hours. But versatility is where they really shine. Lost your belt? Use a bungee. Need to strap a flashlight to a stick for hands-free light? Bungee cord. Making a sling to carry firewood? Bungee. Want to air dry clothes? String them up. Need to secure gear inside your vehicle so it doesn't slide around? Bungee cords everywhere. In a barter situation, clean packs of these tension cords are gold. Everyone needs fastening solutions, and these are safer than rope. No sharp knots, no unraveling ends, no cutting off circulation. Plus, you can daisy chain them together for longer lengths or double them up for extra tension. They adapt to whatever you need in the moment. The best part? They're compact and lightweight. Toss a pack in your bag, your car, your coat pocket. When you need them, they're right there. No expensive gear required, just simple functional tools that work every single time. Let's move to something most people throw away without a second thought: foam plates and cups. Yeah, the disposable kind, the ones you use at picnics and birthday parties. In a survival scenario, these become essential assets that keep you healthy, organized, and functional. Start with hygiene. When water is scarce, the last thing you want to do is waste it washing dishes. Use a foam plate once, toss it, and move on. No soap, no scrubbing, no risk of food poisoning from poorly cleaned dishes. When disease control becomes critical and one bout of stomach illness could be fatal, this matters more than you can imagine. Then there's insulation. Foam holds heat. Pour boiling water into a foam cup and you can hold it without burning your hands. Cold drinks stay cold longer. These aren't just conveniences, they're functional advantages when you're trying to stay warm or cool in extreme conditions. But let's get creative. Use foam plates as insulation pads under your gear. Stack them to stabilize a camp stove. Use cups as scoops or makeshift strainers. Need padding for a splint? Cut foam into strips. Protecting fragile items in your pack? Foam plates work as shock absorbers. For families, medics, or anyone running a mobile camp, clean, unused foam tableware becomes a valuable barter item. It's lightweight, it stacks, and it costs pennies right now. Stock up while you can, because when hygiene becomes a matter of life and death, these simple items become worth far more than their weight. Next up, aluminum baking trays. These things are marketed for making cookies and casseroles, but that's selling them incredibly short.
In a survival situation, an aluminum tray is a multi-tool disguised as kitchenware. Cooking is the obvious use. You've got a durable surface for roasting food, heating water, or even baking over an open flame. But let's go deeper. Want to purify water? Build a solar still with an aluminum tray. Need to catch rainwater? Set it up at an angle and funnel water into containers. Heat reflection is huge. Use a tray as a reflector behind a fire to warm up your shelter space. Dry clothes faster by bouncing heat toward them. The reflective surface also makes an improvised signal mirror if you polish it up. In a rescue situation, that reflected sunlight can be seen for miles. Need to patch a hole in your shelter? Cut a piece of aluminum and seal it up. Reinforcing a weak point? Aluminum adds strength. You can even create improvised armor plating for gear that's taking a beating. And if you're dealing with injuries, the curved sections work as splints or sterile surfaces for medical treatment. In barter, you can trade whole trays or cut them into pieces. People need fuel reflectors, food dishes, insulation panels, and water purification tools. Aluminum delivers all of that. It's lightweight, it's malleable, and you can stack multiple trays without adding much weight to your kit. These things are more valuable than half the expensive items people stuff into bug-out bags. Now here's one that might surprise you. Old garden hose segments. That cracked, leaky hose sitting behind your shed isn't trash. It's a survival multi-tool waiting to happen. Water transport is the big one. Use a hose segment as a siphon to move water from a pond to your camp. Set up gravity-fed systems that deliver water without you having to carry heavy containers back and forth. Draw water from tanks or barrels without contaminating the main supply. Padding and insulation applications are everywhere. Wrap hose segments around tool handles so they don't tear up your hands. Line sharp-edged gear so it doesn't cut through fabric. Reinforce shelter frames where stress points might snap. Slide rope through hose segments to create tension loops that won't fray or break under pressure. Medical uses? Absolutely. Cut sections for splint braces to keep broken bones stable. Use them as limb separators if someone's injured and needs immobilization. Even tourniquet padding. Place hose sections under pressure points to prevent tissue damage. Fire starting gets easier when you use a hose as a manual air tunnel. Blow air directly into your kindling pile and get flames going faster. Need to transfer liquids? Cut a hose at an angle and you've got a funnel or spout. Close quarters communication? Use it as a primitive speaking tube. And the barter value is real. Cut hoses into custom lengths and trade them as bushcraft sleeves, fuel transfer tools, or tension clamps. People need hollow, flexible, waterproof tubing, and you've got it. A garden hose is long, adaptable, and solves problems that expensive gear can't touch. Let's talk about something even smaller, the cardboard core from a used roll of duct tape. Most people toss this straight into the trash, but in survival, even scraps have serious value. Fire starting is where this shines. Dry, densely rolled cardboard is excellent tinder. Shred the layers and you've got material that catches a spark easily. Or use the whole core as a slow-burning mini-log that keeps embers going while you gather more fuel. When fire starting could mean the difference between freezing and staying warm, this matters. Structural support applications pop up everywhere. Use cores as spacers between items in your pack. Slip them over stakes or poles for shock absorption. Need to stabilize a splint? The rigid tube shape works perfectly. Organizing cordage? Thread it through the roll and keep everything neat and tangle-free. Gear protection is another smart use. Got a knife or sharp blade without a sheath? Slide the edge into the cardboard core. Instant protection that won't cut through your bag or injure you when you're digging around for supplies. Cut the core diagonally and you've got a funnel for pouring small items like seeds, rice, or purified water. Need softer light that won't destroy your night vision? Set a candle or a small flashlight inside the core. It diffuses the glow and makes it easier to see without blinding yourself. In barter, fire-starting materials are always in demand. Same with cord organizers and protective sheets. An empty duct tape core seems like nothing, but it's a strategic resource that smart preppers recognize immediately. Empty doesn't mean useless. It means opportunity. Finally, let's talk about zip ties. These little plastic fasteners are easy to overlook, but in the collapse scenario, they become one of your most underrated survival tools. Instant fastening is the core function. Secure shelter rigs in seconds, fix broken straps on packs or gear, lash tools together for makeshift handles or extensions. Speed matters when you're cold, wet, or running out of daylight, and zip ties deliver that speed without any learning curve. Security applications are surprisingly effective. Lock doors with zip ties through the handles, secure cabinets or storage containers. Even tent zippers can be zip tied shut for basic deterrents. It's not Fort Knox, but it's enough to slow down opportunistic threats and buy you time. Medical uses are critical. Anchor splints so they don't shift and cause more damage. Seal tourniquets when seconds count. Brace injured fingers or stabilize bandages. Zip ties are strong, adjustable, and you can cut them off quickly when treatment changes.
Organization is simpler with zip ties. Bundle cords, wires, or gear so nothing gets tangled or lost. Rig up drying lines for wet clothes. Hang lanterns at the perfect height. Lash branches together for stretchers or improvised frames. Here's the advantage people miss. Zip ties are silent. No metal clanking.
No scraping sounds that give away your position. In a world where stealth might keep you safe, that silence is a tactical edge. And yes, barter value. Pre-cut, single-use fasteners that work every time, people will trade for those. They're lightweight, they're strong, and they solve problems instantly. Stock up now while they're cheap, because when systems collapse, control and repair become priceless. So here's the mindset shift you need to make right now. Survival isn't about buying more expensive gear. It's about training your eyes to see function where everyone else sees trash. The 7 items we just covered aren't exotic tools you need to special order. They're already in your house, your garage, your junk drawer. Most people will scroll past this video, keep putting off preparation, and wait till it's too late. But adaptability beats acquisition every single time. The smartest preppers aren't the ones with the biggest stockpiles. They're the ones who can look at everyday objects and instantly see a dozen survival applications. When you start thinking this way, everything changes. That cracked bucket becomes a water filter. Those old towels become insulation. Broken tools become raw materials for repairs. You stop waiting for the perfect gear and start using what's already available. And in a barter economy, this mindset makes you valuable. You're not just surviving, you're offering solutions. People need multi-purpose items. They need clean materials, functional tools, and problem-solving supplies. Plastic tablecloths, foam plates, aluminum trays, zip ties, these give you leverage and trading power that keeps your family safe and fed. Prepping isn't just individual survival, it's community. Sharing knowledge, trading resources, supporting each other when systems break down. That's what actually works in a crisis. Not tactical fantasies or fear-mongering, real strategies that function when help isn't coming. So here's what you do today. Visit your local dollar store, grab these 7 items, stash them in your go bag, your vehicle kit, your home emergency supply. Practice using them now before you need them. Build a shelter with a plastic tablecloth. Cook something on an aluminum tray. Organize your gear with zip ties and bungee cords. Train your eye. Look around your home right now. What are you overlooking? What could be repurposed? The more you practice seeing function in everyday objects, the more prepared you'll be when disaster actually strikes. Because when the lights go out and help isn't coming, it's not the expensive gear that saves you. It's the cheap multi-purpose items you had the sense to stock up on. It's the adaptability you practiced. It's the community you built. Function beats fashion every single time. If you're serious about protecting your family and preparing smarter, join our community here at Prep Pantry. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our real-world strategies and practical solutions. Drop a comment and let us know which of these 7 items surprised you most, or share your own dollar store survival finds. Stock these items, use them, trade them, and never underestimate the power of seeing opportunity where others see trash. Because when disaster strikes, you'll either be ready or you'll regret every moment you wasted. Thanks for watching. Stay prepared, stay smart, and we'll see you in the next one.